it's Jess from Meyer Hatchery, and welcome to this beautiful fall day. We love to take advantage of this beautiful weather to get ready for the cold winter ahead. We've done all our proper prep. We've got the coop ready, our ventilation looks good, we've got our bedding down, everything looks great. One last thing that I like to do is I like to gather supplies for boredom busters to use throughout the winter. Let's take a look at some of my favorite boredom busters. The first boredom buster that I like to set aside in the fall to use in the winter is lots of extra squash, pumpkins, winter squash, whatever we have. A lot of our friends know now to give us their pumpkins at the end of the season, and our flock loves the treat into the winter time. We make sure to store them in a way that they're not going to start to rot, and our flock loves it when we crack open a new pumpkin. Another boredom buster is our mealworms, and you can tell here our duck friends love them, especially Ducky. So I always make sure to stock up on some dried mealworms to have to give to the flock during the winter. I'll either put some in my hand and feed it to them, or with our chickens, I'll throw a little bit into their coop and let them kind of scratch around and find the mealworms. They love this treat. Another thing that we like to do for boredom busters is we like to build kind of a jungle gym for our chickens. One thing we use is old tires. We have tires of different sizes. Some of our small ones here, we'll just stack these on top of each other and let the chickens kind of climb on them. We have some bigger car tires that we've cleaned up, and we use those as dust bathing areas, and our flock loves it. At the end of the season, we just hose off our tires and we save them for next winter. Another thing that I like to have on hand for a winter boredom buster is flock blocks. I'll either make my own flock block or I'll pick up some, and I've left some links in the description below to some flock block ideas. I like to give these to the flock for a couple hours, so maybe I'll put it in there in the morning and take it out at lunchtime. I try not to leave it in all day because this is a treat and it's just a boredom buster, but it is a really good, easy boredom buster for your flock. The last boredom buster that I like to set aside, especially when the weather's really nice, is lots of pieces of nature. So during this time of year, a lot of times some twigs and bigger branches will fall, and I make sure to set them aside in my lean-to or in my barn so I can put them into the coop during the winter time and they're not going to be like soaking wet. I make sure whatever I grab to put into the coop during the winter doesn't have any splinters or anything that can hurt the chickens, but it's a great way for you to build, again, going back to a jungle gym. It'll be a natural jungle gym. Sometimes I set aside logs as well, especially ones that are breaking down a little bit, because the chickens love to scratch at those, and it helps keep their nails nice and sharp during the winter if there's a time they can't get outside. Every winter is a little different here in Northeast Ohio, and we just like to prepare for the worst case scenario, which it's not a bad thing, but for the chickens not being able to get out and explore. So we make sure we have lots of different options to keep our flock nice and busy during the winter. Hopefully I've given you some inspirations for some extra winter boredom busters for your flock. What do you do to keep your flock busy when they're cooped up during the winter? Let us know in the comments below. As always, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that bell so you're the first to know every time a new video has been released. Make sure to place your 2023 chick order. In the description below is a special coupon code you can use off your next order at MHYT.com. Thank you so much for watching. What? I know what you're looking for. You want these. You want those.